Page 70, Tango Time. Well, this is a bit of a challenge as far as rhythm goes, but it's a tango, so what do you expect? Let's look it over and see what we're getting into here. It's about 2 pages long. Treble, bass, clef, no sharps or flats in the key signature, so look at the end. These are A minor chords. Figure we're in A minor, because no sharps or flats, it's either C major or A minor, so I'll figure A minor. Do the scales of both though, C major scale and the A minor scale both here. And if you've been doing the scales and you can do them okay, then you should be doing the 2-octave scales by now. Start doing them. 2 octave. Make sure you're doing that trill exercise and the accents and everything I explained in the video though. Don't skip anything. I'm not going to bother with that, I'll do this. You're missing out if you do. You really kind of need it all. Anyway, 4/4 time. Let's take each hand one hand at a time and see what we're getting into. There's a lot of syncopation in here, so the rhythm is tricky. At the beginning, you have the A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then the 5/7 chord. If it can't be up in here, you can do that. Depending on how big your hands are. And then next one. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. Just crossing over for one note. See, there's just a bunch of eighth notes. Measure 9. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And see, the quarter notes are on the beats. It's the eighth note that comes on the end of 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then going on, during the rest, come up. 1 and 2 and 3. And again, if that rhythm doesn't get for you, take out that little tie on those, play both of those E's. 1 and 2 and 3. Because that way the second E, the one that's tied, comes on beat 2. 1 and 2. Once you can do that, just hang on to the first E rather than playing it again. 1 and 2. 1. You come up a little bit. Same rhythm. So measure 14 is here. Measure 15, you lift up. You got a one rest, half a beat rest to do it. Just come up. 1, 2, 3, and second finger. Measure 16. And measure 17. It's an E flat E natural. And cross over third finger. Let's do measure 16 again. And then 3. And then on measure 18, you have a 1-5. You play with the first finger, and then while you're holding it down, put fifth finger on it. It's a finger substitution. This way, we're ready to go on, and we can connect the notes with our fingers. And you can do a 1-4 or a 2-5, depending on how big your hands are. And then measure 19, you're back to what you were doing before. Left hand, well, you're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is exciting. You just basically got quarter notes until measure 9. Look out. Well, beat 1 is the first E. Then the 8th rest comes on beat 2 because the quarter note takes up a whole beat. That's beat 1. The 8th rest comes on beat 2, so the 8th note comes on the and of 2. 2 and. So it's 1 and 2 and. And then you get a rest, and then another 8th rest that comes on the and of 3. So the 8th notes are coming on the end of the note of the beats. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. And then beat 4 is a quarter rest. And that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and rest. Go ahead, you can play that A and measure 10 with thumb too. Even though you're doing here, just play thumb. This way you're ready for that. And then you come up. Now when you get to measure 14, you're here. And they want you to go on and measure 15 here. And then measure 16 is here. I don't recommend it. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to adjust the fingering a little bit. On measure 14, I'm here, and I'm measure 15 rather than 1 and 2. I'm going to reach up and use 3 and 2. I'm basically in this position. I'm just reaching out. This way, I'm ready to go up here. This hand comes up and this is ready. So I'm closer to where I want to be. Is here and then go up. So again, measure 14 is 1, 2, 3, and 3, and then 2, 3, rest, 2, 3, and then come down. Okay. Put the hands together. Oh, piece of cake. You can tell already. It's 1, 2, 3, and then 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. When I play that C, the left hand comes up. 1, 2. 1, 2. So this is a kicker. Make sure you lift the left hand up on beat 2, even though you're holding the whole note down in the right hand, so they're different. Let's go to the monster on measure 9. The first beat is 1 and. 1 and. That's beat 1. 1 and. 1. Beat 2, both hands are resting on beat 2, because your quarter rest for beat 2 and an eighth rest for beat 2. So then you have an and of 2, 3, and 4. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This is what those are. Very slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You work that out and then slowly speed it up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. That's what it is. And then measure 11 here. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Right there. We went through that before. 1 and 2. You get the idea. You get the same tricky rhythm there in the next to the last measure. It's exactly the same as measure 9. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So once you have the hands working together, then go back through it slowly and get rid of any hesitations. Then we'll add in the articulation. Staccatos, I'm flexing at the wrist here. I'm connecting the left hand. You just hang on to that, because those two measures are the introduction. You see the double bars? Now the song starts. Very connected. Staccato. Now, this is all staccato here in measure 9. 1 and 2 and. Here. Connect. Here. Some of these quarter notes in the left hand are staccato and some are not. So be careful. Again, measure 11. Going from measure 18 to 19, connect it. Connect the left hand. So forth. At the last two measures at the end, they're all staccato. This sforzando at the end, that is a major accent. That is like very loud here. Collapse the wrist when you do it. Don't pound on the piano. Boom. Just a lot of weight and then come up immediately. Dynamics. MF at the beginning is mezzo forte. It's going to be both hands here. There's no melody. And now F, it's more to the right hand, but sort of both hands. It's loud. Till you get to measure 11, now it's soft. A little bit, measure 13. Loud. The measure 17, you get a dim. Come down to about a moderately loud, moderately soft. Now loud. Like you were at the beginning, or at measure 3. Speed. Think of people tangoing, dancing to this. Huh? They have pedaled in the last measure. I suppose if you wanted to pedal it, but you're going to lose the staccatos if you do. It's going to be that. One way to pedal this is to pedal with the hands. The pedal goes up with the hands. So the hands do this, the pedal does that at the same time. So you get the overtones and it's a staccato. I'll leave the pedaling up to you. I'm not going to show it if that's all they're going to do. You can experiment. What effect are you after? Because you don't need pedal at all. You do fine without it. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1 and 2 at 1. Measure 9, accent, and then accent. It's weird, but keep the accents going. Feel them. Don't exaggerate them. Feel them as you're going through this. Please don't copy me. You read the music, get into it, feel it. How do you feel it? Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do louds and softs. I'll do the staccatos. The fermata on the second measure, I'm going to hold the half note 4 counts instead of 2 because I got to stay with a metronome. We're just going to go really, really super slow. I'll give this 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4, hold, go on. 1, 2. 1 and 2 and. 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest.